Hi friends, good morning. Welcome back to my channel. For those of you that might be new here, hi, welcome. My name is Megan and today we have a thrift haul, but this is going to be kind of a different thrift haul than I usually post. This is going to be half regular store finds and half bins finds, but in particular, bins finds that I thrifted over spring and summer up until now that I've put away for my fall backstock that I am going to now start preparing to list. So I'm going to kind of mix some of those in. I feel like last year I did a fall haul of my backstock stuff during summertime still, like as I was going to be listing them in real time, and it didn't really resonate, I don't think, that well because we weren't in fall time yet and people weren't actually ready to let go of summer yet. So I didn't want to make it a full fall haul, but I am going to start sprinkling them in because I am going to start getting them listed. So without further ado, we're going to jump right in. But first, I have some things here on a chair that I want to share with you. I guess we will do the fragrances first. So I have thrifted quite a few number of fragrances over the last month, I would say, maybe 2 weeks. The first one is this. This is a, what's the brand? C.O. Bigelow, yes. Lemon perfume. This is lemon number 1999. It was new in the box and I believe it was $10.99. I really love this. It smells very, obviously, lemony clean, but it's not like that yucky, I guess it's not yucky, but the kitchen clean smell, like that ultra chemically smell. This is a beautiful, bright, but somehow like creamy, sparkly lemon, if that makes any sense. I really love this. And Jack actually likes wearing this one as well. I feel like it's a great unisex fragrance. So lemon, number 1999. And I believe this is the full size bottle. Next, speaking of Jack, I found him this the last time I went to one of my favorite locations that I'm actually headed to today after I film this video. So I'm very excited to see what goodies we can find. This is a John Varvatos. I don't know if you can see that on there. John Varvatos Platinum. Yeah, Platinum Edition cologne. This smells really great as well. It's a bit strong, I will say, though, like very like in your face when you first spray it, but when it dries down, it's a really nice men's, like, mysterious smell. And this was $1.99, and I feel like I can feel it like jiggling around. You can't see through the bottle at all, but I feel like it's like basically full. It's like up to here. John Varvatos. And next, the last time Jack came with me thrifting, he found these. He came up to me when I was looking on the racks and he goes, and I was like, oh, yes. And I was like, where did you get that? And he was like, oh, it was over there. And I was like, go find more. And I have been wanting to try the, I think this is Kalia. I think that's how you pronounce it. Kalia perfume. This particular smell is the Yum Pistachio Gelato. I love this one. Very creamy, it's marshmallowy, it's hazelnutty. I guess it says the flavors on here. Pistachio gelato, hazelnut, sweet rum, whipped cream, marshmallow, cotton candy. And as you can see, it's pretty full too. I will say I have been using this pretty steadily for the last 2 weeks or so. So I would say the use of this bottle was from me. This was $14.99. And I jokingly told him, go find more. Where did you find that? I was like, yes, I want that. I didn't even smell it. I was like, yes, I want that. $14.99. Do you know? He comes wandering back with this. I was like, what? No way. This, again, was $14.99. And I believe, yeah, this is just vanilla 28. Now, I will say I haven't used this one as much. This one to me smells like a very warm fall winter smell. So I will definitely be wearing this come fall winter time, but it smells super good. And again, very, very full. If you're unfamiliar, I do believe, is it Sephora or Ulta? I think it's Sephora that carries this perfume. And these are quite pricey. I would say, if I can remember, I think they start at like $100. Hello. And these both were $14.99. Let me actually go ahead and put this on. Okay. Next hard goods thing is not a perfume or a fragrance or a cologne. It is a pair of shoes, which I know I keep mentioning in videos, I don't like selling shoes. Shoes don't do well for me, blah, blah, blah. I paid $20. That's another thing I will try to do, is put the prices for the regular thrift store things on the screen if I'm not mentioning them. I don't remember how much most of the things on the rolling rack cost me if they were regular store finds. So I will try to pop that on the screen. I do know these cost me $19.99 though, because they were quite pricey. I only need to show you one, I suppose. These are a pair of Cult Gaia. I think that's how you say that. Cult Gaia. Cult Giga. No, it's Cult Gaia. Platform sandals, wooden block platform sandals. I do think these are called the Fifi leather sandal, and they're in fantastic condition. I think this is a semi-older style, being around 10 years old. So hopefully that actually helps it to perform well for me, because you can't find these in the store anymore. If I didn't say, my ADHD brain is very bad today. The last few days has just been all over the place. I paid $19.99 for these sandals. I do hope to receive at least a $200 offer on these. So we shall see how these do. Cult Gaia, there's the tag one more time. Okay, and that is it for the hard goods. We're going to move right into the rolling rack. And I did kind of filter them all in, so it's not going to be like fall stuff and then the regular thrift store stuff. It's kind of filtered in, but you'll be able to tell which is the fall back stock. This first item though, I did mention in my, I think the video that you guys have just seen in real time. It's a what sold video. I was doing my inventory, sorting my bins, you know, making sure everything was inventoried in my NIFTY system, and making sure all the things in the bins were in the bin they were supposed to be in, are still listed, are things that I want to still be taking up space in my inventory, X, Y, and Z. And in that process, I came across this sweater that was unlisted, and I have no idea where I found it, when I purchased it, how long it has been unlisted, how long ago I found it. This is a gorgeous Brunello Cucinelli cashmere quarter zip sweater. Now, I will say it does have a few small holes in it on the back side. One here at the bottom cuff. That's, I would say, the biggest of the holes. This one's quite sizable as well right there. And then I thought I saw one more. Maybe it's just those two. Maybe it is just those two on the back side. Other than that, fantastic condition. So soft, as per usual with the Brunello sweater. There is the tag right there. Brunello Cucinelli. It has a really nice leather zip detail. And I think it does have a size tag. We'll see. Ooh, maybe not. No, it doesn't have a size tag. At least not right there. So I'm not sure what size this is. Fairly certain it is men's. Okay, I was going to say I knew I saw another hole right there on the shoulder at the seam, a smaller hole than the ones on the back. So she's not perfect, but honestly, with Brunello Cucinelli, I have had a brand new Brunello, I think it was a cashmere silk blend sweater that I want to say it was $69 at the regular thrift store, but I sold it for $600. Other than that though, if sweaters have damage, I find they tend to sell quicker than ones without, and I think that's because they're at a slightly discounted price. You're not paying the premium for a perfect used condition one. And I do believe Brunello Cucinelli has their own goats for, or is that Loro Piana? Maybe it's Loro Piana. One of them has their own goats for their cashmere, so very fancy. Brunello Cucinelli hiding in my inventory. Next, this is gorgeous. I have never heard of this brand before, but from my Googlings, I think it is sold occasionally, at least on Anthropologie. This is a gorgeous silk and cotton blend slit front floral maxi dress. The sleeves are, I don't know if you can tell, semi-sheer. I don't know. Yeah, you can't really tell that. And they are smocked here at the bottom. The neckline is also, yeah, you can see the change in the lining of the fabric. The sleeves are much more sheer than the body. This is the brand, like I said, new to me brand. Can we focus? There we go. It is a size small and in really beautiful shape. I did find this at a regular store, so editing me will have to put on the screen how much I paid for that. Next, oh my goodness, this is fun too. Very Depop core, I think. This is a CDC vintage little asymmetrical ruffle midi dress with a really nice, what is that called? Princess cut or bias cut? Princess cut, right? Baby doll cut? I don't know. What is this? Oh, it's like those three get like mixed in my brain. Maybe I need to do a video on what things are called on garments so I can really remember. Anyway, here's the tag, CDC. It's a size 2 petite, and I think this will do fantastically on the Depop. Very fairy core, very cottage core little Y2K dress. Next. This is fun, and I was shocked at the comps because of the brand in particular, but it's so interesting to me too that it seems like the younger generation does not really, not that they don't care about labels or brands, but they don't, if they like the piece for what it is, they don't care what the label says. Like, I think someone on Depop will buy this and not care at all that this is a white stag piece. I'm not saying anything against that brand, but I just know that that brand holds no weight for the value of the brand name. But the style of this piece, I think, is perfect for the Depop and perfect for upcoming fall winter season. This is a little patchwork velveteen, like shimmery velvet. Look at that. I love that. I love that. Patchwork little vest. It does have a really nice tie at the back here, and the fabric on the back is kind of like a brocade paisley. Again, it is a white stag little vest, and it is a size extra large. I clearly did not pick this up for the brand, but for the style. Next. This is fun too. Another Depop special, I think. I wish I could tell what the fabric was. There is no fabric tag for some reason, but when I Google image this, all the dresses that come up in this style, although I will say they're different brands, are silk. So, and this looks like it could be silk, but I'm not sure. So perhaps this is a silk dress. Oh, hold on. The sleeve is wrapped around. This is a, again, very Y2K little Depop dress, little flutter sleeve, split front, beaded, again with the really nice baby doll empire cut to the bust. And look at these little beads on the back. How fun is that? Little seed bead, like fringe detail. This is a Jones New York dress. I did not pick this up for the brand, but for this style. It's a size small, and it's in really fantastic condition. And this kind of like outer layer just kind of envelops the skirt part of the dress. So cute. Very witchy core. Next, okay, this really surprised me. This was at the regular store, obviously, and I've never heard of this brand before, but when I felt it, I was like, ooh, that feels so nice. And then I saw the tag name, and I was like, okay, hopefully it is silk. Indeed, it is a mulberry silk jumpsuit by Lily Silk. This brand seems to be very expensive, and it also appears that they make active wear that is silk blend, so that's crazy. I will say though, although it is new with tags, she does have a flaw that I saw, and I did not see it until I got home, but I did decide to rip the tag off from the thrift store and go ahead and list this anyway. This right here on the bottom, it looks like a marker dripped on it somehow, or what, like somebody had a marker in their hand and they were flicking through on the rack and it like just marked it a few times. That is one flaw to this brand new jumpsuit, but I still listed this for $100 even in that condition. And I think it was $4.99. I think I can remember that because I debated on, should I return it? Should I just list it? And I was like, no, Megan, it's worth a $5. A $5 gamble. I really do like the little chain here that is the entirety of the neckline. If I didn't say what size it is, that's because I don't know. It's a size 2 Lily Silk jumpsuit. Next, this is one of my winter backstock things. This is a gray cashmere turtleneck. This is a really thin, lightweight cashmere turtleneck, and I do really like this kind of like slouchy, relaxed-ish neckline going on. And this is by McDuff Essentials. I don't think this brand is anything super, super great, but it is 100% cashmere. It's a size small, and it does have no flaws. It's going to be one of the first fall winter pieces that I am intentionally listing this year. Next, oh, I bought this hoping it would fit me, even though I knew that it wasn't going to, because it's a size extra small and because it's a button-up style, and I just have a hard time with button-up styles. They don't fit me well, so it doesn't fit me, needless to say, but I was like, okay, I'll just return it because I didn't think the brand was anything. This tag, for some reason, doesn't read to me as an expensive brand tag, and boy, was I wrong. This is a Lanthropy, I think that's how you say that, linen shirt. It's a size extra small, like I said. It's their linen puff sleeve shirt, something to that effect, in a really lovely, like, oat color. Do you know these are like almost $200 brand new? And I think this is one of their flagship, most staple tops too. So I do think I might have some great luck reselling this. I will say I did go on Poshmark and start looking for a size medium of this shirt, particularly in a red shade or this shade. I didn't find one on Poshmark, but I am going to keep my peepers out because I really do love this style. I do think though, if it was a size medium, it might be too long. I need to learn how to at least edit clothing for myself. So like if this did fit me, I could just like chop the bottom off and make it look nice. Anyway, ADHD brain, like I say. You have to bear with me today, friends. Okay, this, another gorgeous blouse. I found so many fantastic tops the last time I went thrifting. This is an Anne Mashburn, 100% silk, ruffle button front, like a quarter button front pullover shirt. Has the same matching ruffle here to the bottom of the sleeve. It's looking really weird, like very yellow on screen, but this is a dark, deep, gorgeous navy, and it is in fantastic condition. Nothing wrong with it. One more time. There is the, ooh, can we focus? There's the tag, Anne Mash, whoa, hello. It doesn't like this. Anne Mashburn. Then another winter item. This is a Bogner Fire and Ice quarter zip base layer, ultra lightweight shirt jacket. There's their logo right there on the back of the neckline, and then it does have the traditional, as per usual, Bogner B zipper logo pull. There is the interior tag, Bogner Fire and Ice first layer. I do believe this is a size men's medium large. And it's in really great shape. See how that one does. Next, this is so fun. So fun. Look at this. Now, ooh, let me not hurt my knees and trip over things. Okay. What would you list this as? If you were creating a listing for this, what would you list this? Like, how would you title this, please? Because I do have this drafted to be listed. I think corresponding with the week you are going to see this video, which is not in real time, but I would love to know maybe some better suggestions as to what I could list this at. It's got a giant, like, grandfather-ish looking clock right here. It's got a New York clock. It's got a, what is that? Dallas, I think? Yeah, Dallas clock and a Los Angeles clock. And then it's got just numbers running the whole length of the bottom of the sweater, and a giant, like, not a stopwatch, pocket watch on the back, perhaps. So I would really love to know. And this is chenille, this gold fabric, which is really fun. Anyway, I would really love some SEO help with this particular sweater if you have a spare moment. I really love the clock buttons. Look how cool that is. And it does have a brand, which is really nice. Annie Burry. It's a size medium. Little cardigan, travel clocks sweater. So we'll see how that one does. And this is nice. Just a classic crew neck Shetland wool vintage sweater in this gorgeous bubblegum pink. I love this color. So pretty. And this is in fantastic condition. Nothing wrong with it. No stains, no holes, no smells, nothing. A gorgeous vintage Shetland wool sweater. The brand is VB Collectibles. I didn't pick it up for the brand, but for the fabric, style, and color. It's a size medium. I do think the fact that it's Shetland wool will add a little bit of value to it as well. So we'll see how that does. Oh, okay. So this, I think, is the only thing that hasn't even been photographed or drafted or listed on the rolling rack as of right now. So I'm not sure what I'm going to list it at, but I did find, I would say, a holy grail piece. This is a vintage 90s Y2K Betsy Johnson New York label crochet knit cardigan. It is a button front style. It has a ribbon tie at the neckline and it is black. I feel like this sweater checks so many boxes. Now I will say, she is dainty, she is delicate. There is some damage to the fabric particularly. It looks like right under here maybe. Let me actually see if I can show you that. Just looks like some of the fabric, I don't know if you can tell right there, it looks like a small hole. Needs to be like sewn or woven back together, and there is unfortunately a sizable hole right there. Yeah, right there, right in the back. But I don't know, that kind of seems like an easy fix if you can get fabric that is similar to this. What is it, Rami? Yeah. Or maybe you don't care. I don't know. I think this is a, like I said, a holy grail piece. I'm very excited to get this listed. It's so funny though, things like this where I'm like unsure about the exact price range or that might be something really good. It's like I almost hesitate to list them a little bit because I'm just not sure, but I am probably going to have this listed well before you see this video. So we shall see how this does. Vintage Betsy Johnson. If you are unaware, this is the Betsy Johnson tag, one of them at least, that you definitely want to see while you're thrifting, the Betsy Johnson New York tag. I have found this tag one other time, at least to my knowledge. If I had found it other times than that, unfortunately, I just didn't know that it was anything good. The other item I have found from this Betsy line was a cherry printed, no, it wasn't cherries, apple printed. Now that I'm thinking about it, it would have done so well right now. It was an apple printed bias cut midi dress, and I found it at a regular thrift store as well. I don't remember how much it sold for, but it sold very quickly for a few $100s. This was years ago now, so it has been some time since I have found vintage Betsy. Hello, like very festival, very witchy core, very whimsy goth. So many things this crochet cardigan can fit. And I really love this little tie at the neckline, just little ribbon detail. Okay, very exciting. Next, oh, this is cute. This is a Woolrich Woman, 100% wool, rolled, it's got like an exaggerated, I don't know how you would explain that, like a thicker rolled neckline to this cable knit striped sweater. Would you call this cable knit? I think so, because that's what that is right there. Just the whole thing's not cable knit. I really like that the front is kind of different from the back in the knit pattern, and this is a Woolrich Woman sweater. If I didn't show you the tag, there it is. Again, with this, no flaws, no stains, holes, smells, anything, which is a giant reason I picked up the majority of the sweaters that I have been backstocking, because they are just in perfect condition. We'll see how that one performs. Nice. This is a Viorme hooded, ultralight, I was going to call it a hoodie. I guess it is a hoodie, like base layer shirt. Does this have the mask? No, this doesn't have a mask in it. Sometimes they have a built-in like garter mask, but this one is cool because it does have a little hole for your ponytail to peek out of the back of your hood. So if you had your hair up, you could pull your ponytail through your hood and have your hood like all the way down around your face. So that's kind of a cool little detail there. Here is the actual tag, Viorme. Now this, I'm not sure how much this is going to go for because it's such a lightweight piece and not one of their more substantial or wool pieces. I have found wool pieces similar to Smart Wool from this brand, and they've done very well. So we'll see how this does. It does have a few small snags. I don't know if you're even going to be able to see that. Okay, right there. There's one. This color is so hard to get on camera. I don't know the fabric. I think it actually, it is wool. I'm dumb. This is a 50% wool, 50% polyester piece. So I do have very high hopes for this, and this is actually their logo. Oh, that's so cool. On camera, it's coming up reflective, but in real life, it's just dark gray. That's so cool. Is that the same? Yes, that's the same too. In real life, this is just a dark gray color, but to me on camera, it's coming up reflective white. That's cool. Okay, for me. Next. Okay, this was a recent bins find that I did put away until now, obviously. It was crumpled up in a ball in the corner of a bin, and I'm not joking. This is a Ralph Lauren Black Label cashmere sweater. Now, she does have some flaws, but she is still a Ralph Lauren Black Label cashmere cardigan nonetheless. This is a gorgeous, very light blue, like dusty blue color. There's the Ralph Lauren tag before I forget. It's a slim fit. It's a size medium. It does have a few small flaws. There's a hole there. I think that's the only hole. And a tiny hole in this sleeve. And then, oh no, and one more hole down there. So it has a small handful of holes. It is missing, unfortunately, some of the gorgeous pearlized buttons. If you could feel these buttons, it feels like they ripped apart a pearl necklace and stuck pearls on this sweater somehow. These feel so nice. They do not feel cheap in the slightest bit. Like, they are so nice. They are supposed to look like this, though. A little gold base with the pearl sitting on top. And unfortunately, 4 or 5 of them look like this. The pearl is just missing. The little, I don't know, holder for the pearl. The end of the button is still there, though. So hopefully that doesn't detract too much from it. See this one, and then the very last one on the sweater. All of the ones in the middle, though, are still there. So that's nice. And then 2 on each sleeve, I do believe. But I was not leaving this Ralph Lauren Black Label sweater in the bins, especially being cashmere. I think this might do well on eBay too. I have mixed feelings about this though. I did pick it up for the colorway, the style, who I think I can sell it to, which is preppy, preppy, golfer, tennis, all of that. Maybe even like a hiker, gorpcore, campcore type of vibe. This is a vintage Y2K era Nike golf sweater, and I do believe this is a merino wool blend. I think it's 50% merino, 55% merino, 45% acrylic. Again, nothing is wrong with this. It's a gorgeous gray colorway with orange contrast stitching. The sleeves have orange on them as well as the neckline. It has a nice Nike tonal logo here, and it is, like I said, Nike Golf. It's a size large, and it's in really great shape. So, like I said, I have mixed feelings, mixed bag about this one, but I think the style alone would have sold this sweater, so hopefully the brand adds to it. Also, I did find the sweater that I'm wearing at the bins recently. This is a vintage, I think it's a 60s red, just, you know, athletic sweatshirt, but it's short sleeve. So I think that's kind of cool that it's short sleeve. And I love this red tone. And it goes really nice with these pants that we thrifted together when we had the little staycation, and I really didn't have that much luck thrifting aside for things for myself. These were one of the things I found, and they kind of go really nice. Anyway, next item. Oh, this is fun. This is a vintage up front, I would say very 90s tag on that one. Size medium midi dress. I love the little tie sleeves here, little details. It's just a detail. It doesn't actually come like undone if you untie these. It does have a really delicate little lace trim right there at the bust, and this is a midi length if I didn't say that already. I wish it was asymmetrical at the bottom, but can't always have everything we want. Really great shape though, and I think this will do well either on Depop, probably on Depop, Probably Depop. Next, this is a new to me brand. I have never in my life heard of this brand. Tanya DeBellis. Her name is right there on the waistband as well, but there's the actual tag. This is a size small, and I believe this is intended to be like some sort of like a pre-ski snow bunny mini skirt, like a skirt that you wear with leggings and your knee-high socks and your boots, something like that. Really nice, soft, interesting knit to it as well. It's very soft, like I say. What is it made of? I don't remember what it's made of. I don't think it was anything to write home about. No, cotton, polyester, and spandex. It does have a little logo though, I guess, right down here. Again, this is a new to me brand, but it seems like this might be a luxury adjacent brand, so we shall see how this performs. Another skirt. This, though, is a vintage skirt that I did find at the bins. I love it. I purchased it for the way it looks, as per usual with vintage things. It has no brand tag, but it does have a tag that says made in Italy, 100% acrylic, lining 100% nylon, and then it says size 16. Gorgeous powder blue color. Like I say, it is lined in a nylon, which is kind of interesting. Has like a built-in nylon slip in it. I really love this color as well. But the pleating, the micro pleating, the movement, everything, beautiful. And it's in fantastic condition. There's a tag. Like I said, it doesn't have a brand, but it does have a little vintage tag there. I think this might do well on eBay. Next, this is cute. This also came from the bins and it was in my winter backstock. Apparently, I don't know if this is the brand new tag. I don't think so. I don't know where would have wanted $16.99 and printed tags like that, but has an older tag on it. Perhaps it is new. This is a Christopher and Banks. I did not buy it for the brand. I bought it for what it looks like. Cardigan sweater. Look at that. Very similar to the other one with the clocks, but this one's like a celestial, whimsy god, witchy print. And it does have the pattern continuing on the back and on the sleeves here. I really like this little single red moon down there, little blood moon down there. So hopefully this sells well because of what it looks like. I, again, did not buy it for the brand, but there is the brand. It's a size large and it does have a very slight shoulder pad in there. I think I'm going to take the shoulder pads out, to be honest with you, before I list it. Oh, and the buttons are cool. The buttons are like chenille fabric covered in tonal. That's so cool. Okay. And next, or last, but certainly not least, a pair of mother cargo pants. These are nice. These are from the Mother, no, I was going to say Mother Superior line, but no, this is just the regular Mother line, I think. I don't know what I was saying because my phone stopped recording. Thank God I noticed that. Thank God. Anyway, I was saying something about the line of Mother these were. And now my camera looks... Oh, no. Okay, it's fine. There's the Mother tag. They are a size 26. And these are the mid-rise Dazzler Cargo Fray in toasted brown. Like I say, they are a cargo pant. And I think that will help them to sell, even though they aren't your typical jean color or fabric. And we do have the traditional little Mother M pockets and the little tabby there. So cute. Mother. All right. And that's it for this haul. I hope this was a little better than the full-on fall haul before we are too far into fall. I'm not trying to make people forget about summer, but it's just the reality of things that I am listing right now. Even though we are in July currently, I am already prepping listings for August, but that's just because of my trip. I don't even have to think about it, and I will have all my work done before I leave. Anyway, if you want to let me know in the comments below which item I thrifted is your favorite, that would be awesome. I really, really love, obviously, the Betsy cardigan. And I really love this. I wish this fit me. And the Ann Mashburn top is gorgeous as well. If you're unfamiliar with this brand, give it a quick Google. They are very expensive. Keep your peepers out for it. if you should come across it at the thrift store. Okay, and with all of that, friends, I will let you go. You took the time to watch this video and you spent your social media currency with me today. I so appreciate you. And if you wouldn't mind just hitting like on your way out, that would be awesome. I'll see you next time, friends. Bye.